Morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Tuesday, the 9th day of December 2025. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. I hope your families are safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your families in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the area of health, trying to save lives along with first responders. Blessings upon those that pick up garbage and make deliveries for us as well. Blessings, double blessings on the men and women trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children, victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are out here trying to help people that are victims of prostitution and child prostitution. It's sad that it exists. Pornography, and even sadder, child pornography. Double curses on the perpetrators, the profiteers, and the perverts that create the demands that cause these industries to even exist. And finally, double blessings on the homeless and the poverty-stricken, as I saw yesterday in Medellin, Colombia. 700,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, military veterans, homeless in the United States. But there's millions, including the United States, around the world that live in the most poverty-stricken areas. We're talking about huts, we're talking about dirt roads, we're talking about hardly any running water, collecting water from rain. We're talking about raising chickens to be able to eat. There's a lot of people like that. Blessings upon them, for theirs indeed is the kingdom. So the Knicks are going to play tonight against Toronto in Toronto. There's a basketball game in Toronto, Canada. The Knicks are going to be playing the Raptors. Now, problem is Deuce McBride. This is the problem. He's out. We know the ankle is hurt. Problem is Deuce has missed, out of the 23 games that have been played, Deuce has played in 20. They've lost some when Deuce played, but they ain't won none when Deuce hasn't played. Every time Deuce is out, they lose. So how could they break this streak tonight? It'd be nice if we had Landry Shamet, but we don't. So what they're going to do, we're going to need Brunson, the starting five, basically. Brunson, Hart, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns. If Towns could play, we're going to need them to play. Like, they're going, with the exception of Towns, I'm going to say Towns is going to hopefully get spelled by, of course, Mitchell Robinson and Yabusele. Not Yabusele, I'm sorry, not Yabusele. Hukporti is what I meant. So Towns won't have a huge load, hopefully. It'd be Hukporti and Yabusele. It'd be, I keep saying Yabusele, but Hukporti and Robinson. What I really would like is if Towns was healthy enough to bring what we know Towns could bring, a 24-12 type night. That would make things a lot easier on the offensive end of the floor. But we can't expect that he coming off a game he just missed. And, you know, he's got this calf strain. Maybe he plays tonight and then figures like, listen, we got 3 or 4 days to rest after that. Okay, maybe he does that, but we'll see. We're really going to need, though, Brunson, Hart, Bridges, and Anunoby. They're going to have to play all of them probably 35 minutes at a high level, okay? We don't need Brunson hogging the ball, okay, but they all got to be out there. Brunson got to be Brunson, distributor, as well as off ball, as well as scoring. We're gonna ask him to be the All-NBA, All-Star dude, clutch player of the year that he is. We need that tonight. We need Jordan Clarkson to start hitting the broadside of a barn, because boy, been playing better defense, and he has actually had, as we know, some nice games. But lately, he hasn't been shooting too well. I don't know if he's hurt. A lot of players play hurt and don't say nothing. He might be hurt, but we need him tonight to come double digits, nice 15 points, something like that. We need him. We need that one tonight. The street baller from West 4th. We need him doing that tonight, okay? And now, Tyler Kolek, he going to get more minutes in the absence of Deuce. I like Tyler Kolek. As I said, I'm on board with the boy, but I've been feeling from the beginning that Knicks Nation and media, especially a few members of media that I don't even want to discuss because they ain't worth my time, but they be overhyping the boy. So now they're thinking this is his chance to shine, and do his thing. Maybe he will, but I won't put that kind of pressure on the boy. He ain't ready yet. He is not Deuce. This is, he's wonderful passer, wonderful court vision, definitely. He's definitely come a long way in the defensive end, fighting and scrapping very well. But his ceiling is TJ McConnell. Deuce's is higher. Okay, Deuce is all defensive league type player. Okay, that's what he is. Plus an elite 3-point shooter. That's where Deuce is now. Now, Kolek can develop. TJ McConnell ain't nothing to sneeze at, but he ain't there yet. And people acting like he gonna be Steve Nash. He ain't. So I'm hoping he could just be solid today. If we can get 10, 15 minutes of solid play from Tyler Kolek, and I mean when I say solid, running the offense, and he's always good at low turnovers, fighting tough on defense because listen, you're talking about Emmanuel Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly will toy with Tyler Kolek, but we just need him to stay in front as much as we can. This is where the weakness is right here. Jordan Clarkson is going to have to pick up a lot of slack, in my view. He's going to have to. If we had Shamet, we wouldn't worry about this, but we don't have him. So this is going to be a tough game. And like I said, we ain't won a game when Deuce didn't play. So we're going to need them to step up. It's going to have to be a team effort. Everybody's going to step up. And then you got to go with the normal. Ball movement, rebounding, offensive rebounding, Mitchell Robinson, offensive rebounding. But the difficult thing without Deuce, this is the biggest weakness right here. Protecting the paint. Protecting the paint. That's the biggest difference right here. So without Deuce, they got to figure a way to protect the paint. Now, you're going to have the road run out there at the top of the key. They're going to have Josh Hart playing along the baseline against somebody. Now, Brandon Ingram is ain't no joke, man. Brandon Ingram ain't no joke. Scotty Barnes will take advantage of Josh Hart. There's no doubt about it. But Josh going to fight tough with him, right? But you're going to need the road runner to guard that paint with Brunson. They're going to really have to guard that paint. And that's really where the danger is tonight. Quickly, we know him. He gets in the paint, shoots that floater. You let him do that. They will kill us. They will kill us. Okay? So you got to keep Quick out the paint. No two ways about it. You got to keep Quickly out the paint. You got to keep him out the paint, and you got to force him to shoot jump shots, difficult jump shots. He could shoot, but what really he's good at is spotting up, and he will spot up from the logo. We know him. He will spot up from the logo on you. But if you could be a little tougher with him, just a little physicality. I ain't saying be Desmond Bain dirty, but be a little bit of physical, right? A little bit of physical, and cause him to try to shoot off the dribble with you on him. That makes it a little tougher. Because what you don't want him to do is drive in the paint with them floaters and spray it out. What you don't want him to do is get spot up jump shots off somebody's dribble because you're going to get killed. Okay? So that's the key today. Protecting the paint from the perimeter. And this is where we're going to miss Deuce the most. Everything else, like I said, if Clarkson comes to play offensively, we should be okay. If Brunson is Brunson, we should be okay. OG is now, getting back into game shape as he showed the last game. We should be okay. And if Roadrunner been playing good the whole season, we should be okay. Okay. And then again, there's Cat. Podol cannot guard Cat. The Raptors don't got anybody that could guard Cat. Scotty Barnes, Podol, I don't care who you put on. They can't guard. So Cat could be Cat, and we'll be good. It's not going to be easy. But neither was supposed to be Sunday, right? And we see how that went. So it's not going to be. So by the way, I'm glad to hear that Franz Wagner did not tear his ACL or his MCL. Apparently, they said it was ankle. And he'll be back in maybe 4 weeks, that's got to be great news for the Raptors. For the Magic. I want us to play them with us full strength and them full strength. And I think we're going to get the chance to do that. Because we need to beat them head up. We beat them pretty good on Sunday, but they didn't have Franz Wagner for a good portion of that game. I'd like him to be full strength. I don't want to, listen, the ball bounces how it is. When we get to the playoffs, it's about winning, right? But this ain't the playoffs yet. I want to practice getting W's on Orlando, too. So I want Franz Wagner to come back. So tonight, this is not going to be easy. Like I said, the Raptors are tough. We just overtook them to take the second spot in the East. I think we got a game and a half up on them. We got a game and a half lead on them right now. So if they beat us, we'd still be up in the East. Okay? But if we beat them, we put some separation. I know there's the cup at stake. By the way, with respect to the cup, at first I thought it was a waste of time. And the possibility of people getting hurt, especially Knicks. But when I found out about the money that they're paying, I think it's good in the sense that your end of the bench dudes, your Huportis, your Toussaints, your end of the bench dudes, right? They get a chance to get some loot, some extra loot, man. They usually on minimum contracts, even if it's $1 million, $1.5 million that their contract is. After taxes, you're talking about $750 to $900, which is good money for everybody, right? But in terms of what people are making, so when you're talking about people on the Knicks making $50 million in a year, and people making $1 million, the guys that's making $1 million want to get that extra money. Okay, so it helps that the players that are the main rotation guys that are getting paid gets a chance to help the guys at the end of the bench get a little bit extra in their paycheck. So that's why this is good. I think right now, because the Knicks will make it to this round, there's a guaranteed amount of money that everybody's already going to get just for them making it to this round. So after this round, they get another bit guaranteed if they beat Toronto tonight, so then there's another bit if they get to, so there's a little bit that players get. So right now, I don't know how much it is, but everybody's getting a little check, a little extra in their check just for playing this game today against the Raptors, which is good. And that's why I think the incentive is good in that regard. They should do that for the All-Star game too. They should make an incentive for every event, whatever, 500,000, whatever. They should make an incentive for every event. And they don't have to give it to the players. They could give it to charity if they want. They could give it to charity. They could say $1 million a player going to X charity. That'll work. And players will be motivated to at least look good trying to get money for charity, right? So let's look at that. But anyway, that's what I'm going to take on the cup. Let's get this dub tonight, 8:30 in Toronto. No Deuce, but we got enough horses to win this race. Y'all enjoy the evening. Enjoy your Tuesday. Be safe. Shalom.